guys, welcome back to my channel. So as for the title, guys, you can see the dusty of the day is this meal that you guys are viewing here on your screen. And to be honest, guys, I'm not really sure what is going on, but if you guys notice, lately there has been a lot of dust bucket that are coming out here and finally telling the truth. Again, I'm not really sure what is in the air, but we just have to sit back because we already know these are the most deception group of male to ever walk this planet. But like I said, I'm not gonna lie. I have been seeing a few of them coming out here and finally being honest. So as you guys can see here, this dust bucket, he said, most black men aren't aware they are being fetish. And to be honest, we already know the lowest hanging fruits of society aren't necessarily the sharpest tool in the box. But I can assure you guys, a lot of them, they know this, but they simply don't care because we already know there's one thing that these men literally, they will do, they will say anything in order for them to go out here and get these non-selected group of women from other communities. This is why whenever you hear these male talking about what they expect from us as women, we have to be this, we have to be that. But then when it comes to these women that they claim or their preference, you guys literally know that all of these standards that they claim to have for us as black women, it literally goes out the door. And the reason for that is these men will literally accept anything as long as they're able to say that is not black. Nonetheless, guys, listen to what this dust bucket here had to say, and then we will come back with more.
I got to talk about this, yeah? A lot of black men don't realize that sometimes these non-black women that like you are fetishizing you. You are a fetish to them. And I realized this quite early. And I remember I was dating a Brazilian lady, very good looking, typically conventionally attractive. I was dating a Brazilian girl, and she had a strong Brazilian accent. And one day it was the new year, we went out to eat somewhere in Clapham, and was eating, she was talking about like her goals for the year, and she said one of her goals for the year was to have a boyfriend. I was like, how can that be a goal for the year? Like, that just happens when it happens. Like, that's not a life goal. Anyway, I digress. But then was talking about like the future stuff, not together, but just like the future of our lives. And she was like, she wants to have like mixed race babies, and she wants them to have nice hair. And I'm sure like a lot of guys have heard that, and they'll be sitting there kikiing like, eh. As soon as she said that to me, I was like, I mean, I just like, I don't think it even fully registered. I just kind of thought it's a bit of an odd thing to say, that you want mixed race babies, like that you want babies that just look like you. Like, who cares? But anyway, I knew that women, you know, they see black men in a certain way, but I never had that personal experience. Then I had the personal experience, and then I realized there's a lot of men that would have took that moment and felt like I'm wanted by someone that's not black or whatever. But I felt the opposite way, because when I think about it, I'm like, why is that cool to you? Why is that interesting to you? Like, that's odd, that's weird. But a lot of black men don't realize that. They think that some of these women genuinely like them. I'm telling you they don't. I'm telling you they don't. You're black, and you know, you might be cool, and not all the time though. Sorry, let me just caveat that, not all the time. Obviously there are times where it's genuine and whatnot, but I'm just saying that a lot of men, they need to learn how to discern whether am I being fetishized here or is this genuine. And I do not have the answers on how to do that particular thing, but you may want to try and work that out.
So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, I mean, finally these male are coming out here and being honest. And to be honest, guys, I truly don't believe that they have a problem with that, because how many of the lowest hanging fruits of society we literally haven't seen them coming out here talking about they will literally intentionally go out here and get involved with these women that they claim are their preference, and they will be having these very weird play whenever they're doing their bedtime activities. Hey, whatever. Nonetheless, y'all already know I also had to hop into the comment section. So as you guys can see, this one say, oh no, they realize they just take it as a compliment. This one say, LOL, and that's so funny because it's definitely not a compliment. This one says, some of our brothers, they don't get it. This right here is why I continue to ask. Why is it that it seems like black women literally across the globe, why do y'all be referring to black male as our men, calling them our brothers? These male don't know me. I don't know these male. I would never ever address them as our men or our brothers. I don't know. That is just so weird to me. The Dust Bucket here responded by saying they really don't. I got people in the comments saying, what's wrong with that again? I told you guys, these male literally don't care. As long as they're able to be the trash collector of stuff that literally other group of male despises, they have zero problem with that. And if we're being 100% honest, I love that for them. This one here responded by saying, same for the sisters too. LOL, which I think is crazy because you guys notice that these male, they can't never come out here and just talk about their dust bucket self without feeling the need for them to consistently having to bring us up. This right here is why I say I think it is so interesting for the group of males that continuously be coming out here and talking about how literally they despises us. Don't you guys think that they be very occupied with us, consistently coming out here talking about us, obviously within social media, within the comment section, continuously feeling the need for them to bring us up? Why is it that y'all can't just go out here, talk about your old dust bucket self and leave us out of the little dusty conversation? This one say, of course. This one say, hey you, I remember your face from somewhere. Anyway, whatever. This one say, one for life, 100%. This one say, best of luck. This one here want to know, how does he distinguish between a genuine interest? Why is it bad? Anyway, again, like I said before, these males don't have a problem. For this male to literally feel the need to come out here and ask, and why is it bad anyway? I mean, don't that tell y'all literally everything that y'all need to know? This one say, it becomes a shame when you cannot perform to the level imagined in the mind of... And this right here, we have heard repeatedly, right? These same women that these male claim are literally the best in 10 sliced bread, these women for themselves, they have been coming out here talking about the BBC is a complete myth. So this right here, every single thing that these male have been preaching at this point for decades, when it pertains to these feminine, fit, submissive women that will never talk back to them, these little damsel in distress, literally everything that they have been coming out here talking about for the longest of time, these women for themselves has continuously been coming out here and debunking that notion. And once again, if the lowest hanging fruits of society are okay living in the Lululand, who am I as literally the group of women that they claim that they despises? Why would I come out here and try to convince them otherwise? This one say, we realize it. We just don't care. What's wrong with that? There we go. He responded by saying, absolutely nothing wrong with being seen as an object indeed. If you're happy, then I'm happy with it. Don't be surprised when push comes to show that you'll be reminded of that mere fetish. And I truly feel like if this is indeed true, what this dust bucket said, if that is indeed true, obviously I think he would be indeed a good person to come out here and say this. But at the end of the day, I'm not sure about you guys, but literally anything that these males say, I'm just gonna come out here and assume it's a lie, because once again, I truly feel like these are the biggest hypocrite that has ever, in my opinion, walked this planet Earth. This preference here say, interesting topic, so let me ask, where does genuine attraction start and end? And so does fetishism. Aren't the lines blend? Is it not just about being sensitive and educated? As an Italian woman, should I get offense if someone say they love my accent or find my culture or my temperament attractive? Let's debate, because I think there's a lot of confusion as people struggle to get nuances and may get defensive when talking about ethnicities. He responded by saying, "It's true. I don't have all the answer." She came back. She said, "I hear you. We don't hence, we discuss." This one here say, "If you're Italian and I was born there, I think you know pretty well how things are." I mean, there you go. This one say, "I might get hate for this comment. However, white girl quote unquote no bunnies also get fetishized. We're okay to have fun with, but to settle down with, no." But I get what you're saying. I know so many girls that fetishize. You guys can see it here. She's saying it herself. This one say, "As a brown girl, I had a coworker try and set me up with her son and says, quote unquote, he wants beautiful mixed babies." I'm like, huh? I didn't realize it was the same for Asian too till then. This one say, "Finally, we need to question the fetishization." This one say, "We black people are being the catalyst to our own downfall." This one say, "Personally, I feel like us Eastern European girls like black men because you're closer in tradition, community, etc. to us than some white culture like the UK, for instance." This one here responded by saying, "So why don't you date men in your culture? Are they not raised in the same culture as you?" She came back, she say, "Who says I don't?" This one say, "What culture is that? Abandoning their children, hating black women?" That's a very good question. And lastly, this one say, "What has black woman got to do with this?" You guys can see we're always brought up in situation when we're just out here drinking our water, minding our business, right? Nonetheless, guys, this is all that I have to say on this whole predicament. But once again, I would love to hear what you guys have to say about this dust bucket ultimately coming out here saying that these women that they claim are their preference fetishizes them. Nonetheless, I love this for them and their preference. Guys, what are your thoughts and opinions? Please get in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.